We're at the Pinery Provincial Park, spending our Canadian Thanksgiving weekend here. Alright, so in our second of the Women in Camping series, Becky is going to talk a little bit about her clothing system.
Hi, I'm Becky, I'm Ken's wife, and I'm going to start kind of from inside out, telling you about how to find outdoor clothing for the larger woman. And it's my Tilly hat, and I wouldn't go anywhere without it. It keeps the sun, the rain, the bugs off my head. It's the airflow, so it's very breathable. And Ken has made a paracord braid on it for me so that it's decorative but can also be used in case of an emergency. I've done a separate video on the buff, which I love, but it's worth mentioning here. I have the merino wool one and the original insect shield one, and I wear this under my hat to keep my hair back. Next I have my socks. You might think, why are you talking about socks? They're pretty ordinary. They're smart wool and they WIC awesome, and they keep my feet very warm. They're expensive, but it's definitely worth it, and you can get them at most outdoor stores. Okay, next I'm going to talk to you about my base layer system, and this is one of the most challenging pieces of equipment to get, or a clothing system to get for a larger woman, because most outdoor clothing stores only go up to an extra large women, and the men double extra large just fits disproportionately, unlike some of the other equipment that I'm going to talk about. So one of the things that I did is I researched the equivalent fabric content at other outdoor stores like REI and MEC, and then I went to stores like Eddie Bauer, and ultimately where I found these was at Land's End, because they have a huge plus size selection, and I was able to match the fabric content. So I have base layer long underwear, and do make sure that you look at the sizing chart, because sizing varies from manufacturer to manufacturer, and your best fit is going to be with what your actual measurements are. So I have the long johns, and I'm wearing the base layer top. One of the disadvantages of this from Land's End is it's not really quite warm enough how I like, so I'm looking into getting the wool power, because it does come in extended sizing. The next item, and you probably saw me wearing this same shirt in the buff video, is the Columbia PFG. There's no cotton in it, and that's very important. It's plus size and comes in size 2X. Actually goes all the way up to 3X. Dries really fast, and you can order it online from Columbia. They only ship to the US, so sometimes I have to ship to relatives and have them in turn give it to me. Next I have my REI. REI does have a fairly large selection of plus size women outdoor. They don't carry it in most stores, so you have to order it. What you do is order a couple different sizes into the store, try them on, and then return the one that doesn't fit me, because sizing is really important. With pants especially, I recommend going up a size than what you think you might need, because when you're climbing over rocks and on the trail or sitting down to sit by the fire, you want to be able to have comfortness of movement, and they do come with a drawstring. These particular pair have a zip-off capri, which I love. Although when we went camping, I ended up getting a sunburn because I zipped off. My next item that I want to talk about is the Polar Tech 100 fleece from Land's End, and this is where when I was talking about looking for the brand name fabrics, this is not designed to be a technical sweater, but because of the fabric it ends up being. It's an awesome sweater, and actually I got it on clearance, so it was an even better deal. It's pretty lightweight, so it's great as a mid-layer, but for anything fall and later, you definitely need another item. The last item I'm going to talk about is the Thermoball from North Face. This is a very recent purchase, but I absolutely love it. I was surprised. I looked on the sizing chart and I didn't think it would fit, but when I tried it on at the North Face outlet, it actually fit very comfortably. So I highly recommend it. It's very lightweight, it's comfortable, it's very packable, and surprisingly the arms aren't as long as you think they would be.
And she's not the only Thermoball user.
So that's just to give you a few ideas of some clothing systems. Don't be afraid to go into the men's department and pick out some items there. Pay the extra money to have the tailor shorten it if you need it. But most importantly, look at the sizing and the fabric selection when making your clothing purchases. Thanks, and we'll see you again soon.
And we're gonna see if we could set up for a nice sunset. Had a wonderful ribeye steak for dinner. Car camping at its best. And now we're gonna hang around the beach, set the time lapse up, see what magic nature's gonna give us.